So now we are going to finish up this project. The rest of this week, you'll be working on the proposal for your educational video game. All right, so now it's time to gather all the information that you've been working on the past couple weeks and create the proposal. You're going to create the proposal in Google Slides. So here's what you will include in your proposal. Branding information. So I want your company name, the logo, and your mission statement. Be prepared to speak about each of these elements. I will talk about that more a little bit later. From the game design document, you're going to include abbreviated versions. Most of you submitted abbreviated versions, so they will be abbreviated anyway. The overall vision of the game, the educational component. Now, this was not on the game design document, but in this section, you're going to include the educational component of the game. So you'll have the vision of the game, what the game entails in a brief summary, what the educational component is. That could be baked into the overall vision, that's fine. Your target audience, the genre, the goals, and the user experience. So all of those except for the educational component are actual items on your game design document. You're going to talk about the scope of the project. This section shows the client that you understand all the aspects of the project. You're going to submit key points from that document. The timeline shows the client when the different deliverables will occur. You may have done it on a chart or in a timeline graph of some sort. That's fine. The cost breakdown, you include that. And what I also want you to include are, graphs, images, clip art. If some of this information can be done on a graph, that'd be wonderful. Definitely you want clip art to support all the information that you're giving, kind of like this slideshow. All of my graphics, my clip art support each of the slides, what each slide represents. An all text slide presentation is boring. And along with that, keep in mind the formatting of it. The colors, the textures, the styling. Make sure it all flows together properly. Don't have a color scheme that has a lot of blues and greens in it and your text is in red. That just won't work. That won't look good. Find that balance between your slides being too busy and there's too much white space, too much blank space on the screen. So you don't have to include the other stuff, any internal documentation, such as the communication plan, or anything else that you did, just what we went through. So formatting your proposal, it has to be formatted as a professional business presentation. You can look at other ideas online for how to format it. Include all the information that we just went through on the slides. And your last slide should include a statement in which you would appreciate providing a client your product or service. So you're ending your slideshow on a high note, saying thank you for your time. I look forward to working with you. Something along those lines. So you just don't want to end flat. You want to end with an action. So here is our schedule for the rest of the week. This first proposal you're going to submit by the end of day Tuesday is a draft. In Unified Classroom, you'll see exercise number 11, draft proposal. That's where you'll submit the slideshow that's due by the end of the day Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'll go through them all. I'll give you notes. I'll make corrections. Have that to you by the end of Wednesday. So on Thursday, you can take those notes and corrections and make changes based on my feedback. You're going to submit that where it says exercise 12, final proposal. And you'll submit that by the end of day Thursday, because on Friday we have no school. It's a holiday. Yay! I'll get caught up. Enjoy the long weekend. And then finally, the last part of this next week, you're gonna create a screencast presentation using Flipgrid. So that goes back to when I said, be ready to speak about your logo, your brand name, your company name, your logo, and your mission statement. Because since normally I do this as a in-class presentation, obviously we can't do that. So it'll be a screencast presentation using Flipgrid, which I am now in the process of learning how to use. So that's it. Again, I would go through every slide, make sure you're getting everything you need. the information there, the information there, 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 and there. Make sure you're using images, clip art, graphs if necessary. Make sure it's formatted well. And then finally, make sure your last slide includes a statement in which you would appreciate providing the client your product or services. If you're looking at this as you're pitching the client for the job, you could do it that way. If you've already been given the job, this presentation is just showing them what you're going to be doing and thanking them for their business. So however you want to address that is fine with me. So again, any questions, let me know. And be creative, have fun. You already have all this information done, most of you anyway. So just take all that information and put it on the slides. Thanks.